What's going on, guys? I want to do my early thoughts for Star Fox Zero and Star Fox Guard. Let me take my glasses off because there's a little bit of a glare. But yeah, I want to do my early thoughts on Star Fox Zero and Star Fox Guard. The game did come out today. It is April 22nd. I did do an unboxing for it, so go ahead and check that out. It's my last video before this one. Yeah, definitely check that out. But I did have today. I had today off from work. Me and a friend played it this morning, and me and another friend were messing around with it, or I should say them, because there's two games, messing around with them the rest of the day. So I've had a bit of time to sink it in. I haven't actually done a complete, run through of Star Fox Zero. I haven't gone through one whole, one whole game yet. We pretty much spent time on the first 3 or 4 missions and doing them over and trying to find alternate stuff and everything. Trying to do the training for the vehicles. Again, same thing for Star Fox Guard. We're pretty much in the first 2 areas with the first 3 or 6 whatever missions, pretty much, and we did those a couple times. So just to get a general feel, it's pretty much what we were doing. And honestly, I got both games here. You guys already see, of course, I got Star Fox Zero and Star Fox Guard. I just want to do this because a lot of controversy right now, or not controversy, but a lot of negativity, I guess is what you'd say, about the controls for Star Fox Zero. I wanted to say right off the bat that I like the controls. I actually, as soon as I started the training for Star Fox Zero, I was I held the gamepad and I started aiming with the gyro, and I was like, this works. It just clicked with me instantly. It was really awesome. It felt really tight. It was just great. I also played, like I said, Star Fox Guard was the first game. Star Fox Guard, there's not much to say about it. I love Star Fox Guard. I love just how unique it is. A very unique, very innovative game. I love the fact that they give lesser characters more spotlight. This is kind of like the same thing that Captain Toad got with his game. So I want more games like this. I love that Nintendo does this. Still hoping out for a Meta Knight game or a Waluigi game or something. That'd be pretty sweet. But this is very unique. The only thing I could say about this game is the fact that there's no gyro controls. I feel like gyro controls would work well for aiming the cameras. The stick works well, it does, but the gyro will just be a bit more precise, especially for a game like this. This very fast reacting. Robots are swarming your base, and you gotta flip through all cameras. It'd just be nice to be able to flip a camera, move your gamepad, and go, and just, it'd be better that way. But yeah, the game's in my Wii U right now. It was the last game I was playing, so. But other than that, Star Fox Guard, really good. It's going to be awesome. I haven't unlocked the online stuff yet to make and share levels. I don't know how much I'm going to delve into that, but yeah, I like Star Fox Guard. Now, Star Fox Zero, there's a bit more to talk about, especially with the vehicles. So the R-Wing, I already talked about the motion controls. The motion controls, I don't have any issues with. The motion controls are brilliant, as far as the aiming and stuff. Now, as far as the vehicle controls, R-Wing controls beautifully. It controls perfectly. It's just awesome. Flies just how you would want it to. A lot like the previous, Star Fox games, 64, 3D, all that. Really great. Now, the other vehicles, you do have the Walker, and you have the Gyro Wing, and then you have the Landmaster. Out of all the extra vehicles, honestly, I'm gonna be very plain and say out of all the vehicles, including the R-Wing, the R-Wing's my favorite. It's just the R-Wing's just classic. It's the tightest controls. You can't go wrong with it. It's just great. Out of the new ones though, the 3 other vehicles, my favorite is definitely probably the Walker. Walker is really cool. It's a little bit hard, when you're going really fast with it, to turn. I think that's just the way it's made. I think it's supposed to be like that. But that's the only main issue I have with the Walker. Other than that, the Walker segments are pretty damn fun. I like being able to switch between the Walker and the R-Wing on the fly in certain parts of stages. That's actually pretty sweet. The Landmaster is a little bit. It's pretty much very similar to the Walker, but it's a little bit less refined to me. The thing with the Landmaster is, okay, so you hold down B to hover both with the Walker and with the Landmaster. The difference is, with the tank Landmaster, tank, whatever. I don't know why I just said tank randomly. I've been saying Landmaster, but the Landmaster, you have you're able to hit left or right to sort of do this little like drifting thing where you lean on the one end or whatever, the left or right end, and like it's very precise. So if you try to hover and your thumb twitches slightly to the left or slightly to the right, then it's gonna start leaning and hovering that direction, and it kind of screws with you sometimes. And the tank doesn't control as tight as the walker does. Then again, I think that's just because of the fact the Landmaster's a tank, and tanks don't really, they're hard to control in general. So I think that's what they were going for. The gyro wing, oddly enough, I've seen a lot of people say it's their favorite. It's not really mine. It's just, first off, it's a lot slower. The other vehicles feel a lot more in tune with the Star Fox action. Star Fox, is a fast-paced, fast-paced on-rail shooter. The Walker, it's different, but it still feels like that feel. Same thing with the Landmaster. Even though Landmaster's a slower tank, it's still with that Star Fox action. The gyro wing, it just, I don't know, the pacing with it, it's just too slow. I'm not a big fan. It takes a lot to get used to. Like I've seen a lot of people say, it takes a lot to get used to the motion controls, but to me, I got those instantly. The gyro wing controls, we're using both sticks. You got to use one stick to pretty much go forward and back and left to right. Then you use the right stick to raise the elevation, and then you do your actual turns. To me, as of now, it's really confusing. So it has a very steep learning curve, at least to me. And then the whole thing with using the little robot guy and everything, it just slows down the pacing to me of a game like Star Fox, which is supposed to be this fast-paced, all over the place, on rails, action. So I guess that's why the gyro wing is my least favorite. It does have some fun moments, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get more use out of it the more I play the game. Other than that, there's nothing really else to talk about. I'm loving the game so far. And yeah, I think the reviews were bullshit. The graphics I have no issue with. The voice acting, no issue with. There's just it plays good. Frame rate's good. It looks beautiful on my 1080p TV. Everything's good with it. The only thing is that gyro wing. That's the only thing that I'm a little bit meh about. That's pretty much it. So yeah, I just want to share my thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys did you guys pick these games up today? How are you liking them? Any issues you have with them? What's your favorite parts of them? Just let me know. Leave a comment below, and I will catch you guys later.